it. I'm just let Batgirl drink the rest of the cap as punishment. This is so fucked. Batgirl hates this.
Yes.
Batgirl sucks
Never again.
at it.
Never again.
Batgirl is going to die from the bomb.
Comes in here. We're not doing
it.
So at the end of live, Becky was freaking out because Keem left.
Yeah.
And then
Batgirl remembers.
Keem left and said, fuck Boogie and Rastov.
Yeah. He left. He gone. Batgirl's asshole is gone after this.
Yes. Let us watch clip.
He's not coming back.
Yes, he
not
better.
coming back. He won't. I swear to God, he won't come back.
He better. Keem, please.
Oh, Bubs wishes I quit. Well, too bad, Bubs. I ain't going anywhere. Not
Myself, you need to beg. You need to beg right now. I got on my hands and knees. You're the only one that hadn't begged. Beg this motherfucker right now.
He won't come back.
Try!
Please, Keem. Please come back.
You see, he can tell you don't mean it. That's why God never answered your prayers.
This was my plan all along, dude. I was going to take over the LCU. This was my 12-month plan.
So what, you played me?
No. I'll take over together, right? It's the resurrection of Boogie and Rastov. Your career's back and mine is just beginning.
I'm not even worried about Becky. She's got 600 people watching. She's good.
She's got 600? Oh, that's
800. That's so good. Yes.
Oh, 800.
We only lost 400. I see people saying Keem in chat, but I keep looking to see if he's in his window.
Oh, Biggie with another gifted. Thank you, bro.
I'm not ending the stream, and I don't think you should end it either. Simple as that. Fuck it.
All right, look, if I just handle the community and you make all the other decisions. So
Keem,
swings around about.
Keem, chat, everybody join me. Rasta, Keem.
You know what'd be funny is if he came back and we ended the stream as he sat down.
Fuck if you watch the rest of the.
No, we still have to end this stream because it's 8 o'clock. Why the fuck?
Rastov, do something. Be entertaining. No, I know you got it. Brother. I love you.
Oh, God, they're like with another gifted. Holy shit, we're going to end the stream.
Oh, there's Becky. Okay.
Oh, wait, now we don't have to end the stream because Queens is here.
No, we still have to end this stream because it's 8 o'clock. Why the fuck are you still live?
Because Keem quit and we're trying to bait him in here.
Oh, yeah, he
Ask him nice to come back. Ask him nice.
I'm done with him.
He did quit.
Yeah,
ask him nice.
Right. That's about as believable as your fucking script you just did. And don't tell me, Keem, we can't talk about scripts because you started it by calling me a character. You moron. You should leave and don't come back. Even Rastov could run the LCU better than you. You don't do shit anymore. You don't even pay attention to your own fucking show. You steaming pile of moron.
I don't know, Keem believer.
You're insulting him, but I appreciate what you just said. I do. Thank you.
Yeah, Keem believer.
You're welcome.
Rastov,
you should do your own thing and not let these two hold you back. Because you know what? You know why? Even though it was tryouts and I tried to hop on here, I wouldn't want a job on this shitty show because we make more on Queens than you do Rastov here. And you could have grown Aussie to make more too for yourself. You don't need these two idiots.
He likes it here. We're friends. No, I don't want to say it over. But I also want to go eat pizza. Comes in here. We're not doing it until he comes back.
So at the end, Becky moved everyone. It was a whole thing.
Her crashing out on Keem like that is brutal.
Yeah.
She was pissed. She was livid. Oh, God. This is so rough.
This is interesting from Test.
What?
Ken will just play. Can forget how.
It's okay.
Ken can't.
Ooh. That girl is struggling.
Ken mouth. Fire.
I
It's
had
just
fun
a
with
ring
him.
of
I'm doing a
fire.
dating stream with him if you don't want to do it on your channel.
Oh my god. Well, I don't know about that, dude. Guy's a bit of a fucking creep. But I found out a lot of information yesterday about him like adding a bunch of women as well and DMing them.
Okay, bro's just trying to get his dick wet. Admirable trait for
but like,
admirable trait for a
wasn't
man.
there another guy called Deluminate that kept doing that?
Yeah, but it's different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it different because he has an intern role and he's thrown a lot of money to get that role?
No, it's different because Deluminate was one of those guys where he like, you know, if a guy who like looks like he could potentially get bitches is out here like being desperate in bitches DMs, he's probably a predator. But if somebody who looks like Ultra is in
Good evening, everybody. So Friday was an interesting day for the most part. We had a lot of things going on, a lot of people quitting, a lot of people leaving, or 2 people leaving, and a whole bunch of stuff happening, and somebody returning towards the end. Obviously, Cafe, they did their usual Friday stream. I was very surprised because I know Ken usually takes out Friday, but he was there for the most of the day, and I was like, oh, well, this is a good way to start my Friday stuff, my usual relaxing Friday with a good old cafe. I apologize for that one. They would even giving their own takes on the whole thing with Becky and her freaking now. And obviously, if you know, oh my god, I can't even think. Ken or Bigfoot, you can clearly tell that he has sort of a clear disdain towards, Becky. But we're gonna get into that because there is some Becky stuff and some Roxy stuff because, as always, right? As always, there's always issues when it's coming to Roxy and Becky. But let's go.
Huge ditch in front of our house, and it was probably like at least 20 feet down. It was a huge ditch, and the dog fell in it, and my dad was like screaming and crying. That was the only time I ever seen my dad cry, and it was on Friday 13th. So I always remembered that was a pretty hellish day.
Do you act like superstitious on this day?
I probably did when I was younger, but not now.
Honestly, it was when I got older that I heard like Friday the 13th was like a superstitious day. Not even gonna lie, like when growing up in school, I never heard that. It's weird. When I got older, I started to hear about like people were superstitious about this day and stuff like that. But like I said, I still immediately go back to the movie, which the movie sucked ass, by the way. Like I like fucking The House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell. That's just badass as fuck. Those are the kind of movies I like to watch.
I'm happy
Jason
you said
ain't
it
shit compared to Otis.
because I didn't like Friday 13th either, but I wasn't the demographic,
It's because
If I
Devil's
seen it
Reject
at the time, I'm sure it was good.
they seem more believable. They seem more real. Like that could really happen.
I've never seen that one.
I'm not much into horror movie icon Jason Voorhees' birthday is today, the main character of Friday the 13th. That's interesting.
Tutti fucking fruity.
Tutti? What do you mean tutti fruity?
Tutti fucking fruity. Watch the movie. Otis B. Driftwood. That would be my icon, is Otis B. Driftwood and Baby Firefly.
You're saying a lot of words I don't understand. But something that I thought would be funny is if we pretended to be men and look at female products and try to guess what they are. Even though we know what they are. I think just being in that headspace of like looking at female items and being like, what the fuck is, I don't know. Let's look into it. So this item right here. Yes, it's a roller, but what do girls use it for? To remove dead skin cells, it decreases dark circles of skin, it helps spread wax evenly, or it's not a girl product trick question.
I don't even know what that thing's for.
I don't either. I'm gonna say it removes dead skin cells. I'm gonna go with A.
I'm gonna say wax.
Okay, so me, if I was a dude and I was...
But first, we gotta go through some dolls. Doll did this whole gender reverse thing, gender bender. If you know what that is, you know what that is. I didn't really find it that entertaining, but you know what? It's Friday. Most people don't really care what they usually do on Friday. Surprisingly, them Sweet Tea looking like a man. It's damn. I was very concerned for a second. I'm like, is that a guy or that a girl? Oh, that's a Sweet Tea. Huh.
Lips immediately. Isn't that weird? They weren't looking at like the weird NDF sign I had in all big fucking red letters. They weren't looking like the camo I had. They were looking directly at my big old Roger lips.
But let's just be honest. I said this last time, and I'll say it again. Like, Becky, you are not the decider on who's entertaining and who's not, to be honest. Neither am I. I don't find your show entertaining, but, you know, there is people who do. Ooh. So I'm not going to sit here and say that Queens as a whole might not be entertaining. I will say that you have entertainment value. I will say that Tina might have entertainment value to somebody out there, but the numbers didn't really show it, which is why I said that yesterday. You saying I'm not entertaining, I mean, obviously there's people in Lolcow who would disagree with you, which is why you're all up in a tizzy to begin with. So
she will eat you. She will. She'll be fucking Greed from Full Metal Alchemist. I rewatched the whole thing yesterday. But no, this is what kills me really quick. Our stream just went down. We lost our redirect.
Yeah, we did.
If this was Queens, do you know what they would do? Everybody, okay, so something just happened and our fucking stream went down, so I need you guys to donate because I don't know what's gonna go on and I don't need to do this and Mike needs to come back. And the Tina would be in the background like, you guys need to donate because if you don't, they're going to take away my car. And I got to get the raccoon out of my house. Goddamn, Albert, get the fucking broom again. Kill it. You know, it'd be like that. So we have not said anything about our goals. We didn't do anything. We jumped right back into our content. You see, oh my.
Speaking of which, let's continue this clip.
Keep going.
But I mean, she puts in the work. They put in the work for a show. That's why I've given her credit behind the scenes. But say, where's that it factor? You got to do some more work in front of the mirror. I was so right when I said she's going to be the next Glammy. That's her future.
She called you necky.
The most unoriginal insult either. To try to say I have no neck.
When was the last time I said that? Like a month ago? A month ago?
Like it.
So like it. This entire thing to me, I'm just like, I'm the next Glammy. I was literally managing that pitch. Like, y'all are so far off from reality. Like, there's nothing I could even respond to this with. It's just, like, such lame insults. It's like you're trying to come at me and, like, get me with something. And I'm like, my show is doing good. Nope. And that's why you're upset. And I'm just very aware of that, okay? I'm not saying you guys can't also do good. But you, for some reason, acts like nobody can do good but you. Like,
yeah. When they do good, we're like, oh, because Queens is a good show. When we do good, it's like, oh, they're just lucky. They're just lucky.
They have rich fans.
They will have. No, I don't get it. It's either one of the two. You notice that they switch between it a lot. They're lucky. They're just having a lucky month. And B, they just have rich fans. Speaking of that, spam the rich bitch badge. I want to see all the rich bitches.
Yeah, we
in the
need
chat.
new rich bitches today. We only have 2 right now.
Oh, we got a lot of rich bitches. Hey, thank you all, Bigfoot, with the $10 lemon, laughing at these motherfuckers, these bitter, zesty motherfuckers.
All right, let's get continuing.
Go ahead.
My neck is right here, bitch.
She got balls in hers. She's like to suck it all the way to the balls. She's a ball-licking scumbag.
Okay, I wouldn't normally do this in the middle of the show, but OSG night.
And here we have Nerds, particularly Zay Zuda, which is going to be important later on, believe it or not. Given her takes about the whole thing between, you know, Queens and Nerds, right? And just the level of success that both had, right? I think that very clearly Nerds where they at now has been a lot better. Also before I forget, the stream, there's like 2 parts of the stream, it got cut off. Mostly because Zay had a power outage. Because, you know, Maya, she lives down south, so it's hurricane season. But not the point. My point is, you know, this whole dilemma with Dan versus Queen boils down to Queen. It doesn't really have much content anymore. Queens is basically milk dry at this point, and any attempt to make any like long-lasting content, it has kind of been over, right? Where at least Nerd has a lot more options. And I believe Nerd even mentioned that, like, you know, because of their name, they're kind of restricted compared to other shows where they don't have a name, right? The name shows like Rewind, Cafe, Nerd, stuff like that kind of have a certain restriction. And I mean, hell, even Buff straight up acts like, what even is Queens anymore? What even is Milker? Right? Nerds, right, regardless of how you feel about Zay, Buff, has been doing better. I mean, we can look at the leaderboard, and I don't even like their buff, but I'm willing to give them credit for the millionth time. Their content is a lot more better to watch than Milkers. Half the time watching Milkers or Queens, it's just not even funny. I mean, watching the IRL stuff that they did on Milkers, it was just cringy. It wasn't even that good. But it's funny because right after this, we have Milkers. We'll get into that.
Tina, you're being a snake right now. This is not.
No, I'm not.
Don't yell, Tina. Let her talk, Tina.
Tina, I'm muting you because right now it's still my fucking show and you're saying the wrong shit. Listen, I'm out. If you don't like it, call Keem and get me kicked off because you can never stand that I carried the weight and you're being a bitch right now about it because you know I muted you. You know he laughed at me. I told you that right before I came here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So
she told me,
I'm not gonna stay
Tina.
here. I'm not going to stay here and argue and make them any more money. So here's the bottom line, guys. This is real. Keem is a fucking devil, and I'm done dancing with the devil. I'm not doing it. I'm not making him another fucking penny. I can't live with myself if I do. I can't. When I told him I needed time for my mental health, he and Boogie and Rastov were all on the phone bullying me about it and laughing to my face. Laughing to my face about what I just went through and telling me that the work I do is worthless here.
And if you,
so I'm done. I'm done. I'm not coming back. I'll never be back.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said he laughed about her person dying. I didn't hear that. That's
yes,
what I said.
but Becky told you that. She told me that too. Did Becky?
No,
did you not tell Tina?
Tell me that. No.
Okay, whatever. Tina can argue whatever she wants. But
She told me. She even told you. She even told me. She's like, I just got the phone with Tina.
She told me, Becky, and she told me that Boogie and Rastov bullied her. I got that part. I did not hear the part where he was making fun of her family member dying.
Okay,
I did not hear that part.
If people in the chat, all right, if people in the chat are thinking that she's lying or Becky's being Becky, just look what they did on the content of my husband. You know, look what they did. And not only just Keem, but every fucking show. When I begged and begged and begged for them not to use it, he used it for content. And he tells me, you have to understand, Rox, you're in the LCU, everything is content. No, not everything is content. So I'm sorry. As much as I don't want to say this, I agree with Becky. And if she comes back, she is a fool. Keem uses us for his fucking evil fucking ways, and it's disgusting. And I'm sorry, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. I fucking quit. Fuck the LCU. Tina, good luck. I am fucking done being fucking used and being fucking made something I am not. I am not a snake. I am not a liar. I am nothing what this motherfucker made me out to be. And I'm just done. I'm not doing it anymore.
So apparently Roxy is believing Becky, who's a user and manipulator. They got into so many fights. If you're not aware, Roxy quit the LCU. Now she did make a video on her channel. We'll get into that in a second. But it's so bad. It's like, come on, you can't be this stupid. And the more I think about it, I kind of understand why Keem and Mike just call her an idiot, because like when you see somebody do this, you can't believe they're this ignorant. I also noticed that her volume was a lot higher than the others, so there's that. So if for some weird reason, if this particular clip is a lot, the volume is a lot lower, that why, because holy hell, this Roxy is loud, and Becky is making this whole claim that like because they make fun of her, but like come on, like this is coming from Becky, who's has made multiple terrible jokes about about veterans, made multiple horrible jokes right on Roxy's husband. It kind of just shows you the level of stupidity with these people and so on. Now here's the real question. Do I think that this was pre-planned? I think it feels planned, right? It all feels planned. Because something I remember was Zeta Ray once said that she had information about, certain hoes being way more sneaky than they have to be. And I do kind of believe her. And now looking at this whole thing, all of this happening, I think this kind of actually, proves the case that there is something sneaky. Now, was it pre-planned by Becky and, by Becky minutes or hour beforehand, maybe, but that's giving them too much credit when you don't have to. But in the end, like, you know, how's it's gonna turn out, I'm not sure. But let's get into the next.
Whatever you feel like calling me today. I just got my phone back after I crashed out after ending Milkers. I tore the room apart, was freaking out, screaming after Keem called me and basically told me if I wasn't up on live that I was fired. So my husband hears me. He can't come down the stairs. So he's calling my name. Go up there and I'm crying. I'm telling him, you know, I can't do this anymore. And he literally took my phone away and he just was like, who are you? I don't know who you are. The kids don't know who you are. You know, this Roxy person, like, you're not 20, you're not 19, you're not 18, you're 50-year-old Cam. He's like, you're bringing back everything that you used to be when you were younger. The person you were before we had kids. And that's not you anymore. And I stopped and I was thinking about it, and it's like what made me really, really upset was the whole thing with Savage. Okay, Savage was fired. Milkers was doing so good. We were doing so good. And then she was ripped away from me. So it took a good month with no check. You know what I'm saying? Very low numbers. And I understand that. We're looking for a host. So I held on. And then I finally find Becky. All right. And I know a lot of people have problems with Becky. I know Keem has problems with Becky. She don't know when to shut her mouth. You know, but we were finally doing good. We go to Niagara Falls. I had the best time in months. All the stuff I'm dealing with at home went out the door. I was making people laugh. People that aren't able to get up and go explore the world. They lived that through me. And for yesterday, it was a dream come true. I made people happy. I made people laugh. They loved the sights. Only for Keem to shit on it. He shit on everything we did yesterday. He had nothing good to say about it. And it hurt me. It hurt me so bad. But, you know, I dusted it off. We had weeks of content planned, only for Becky to call me after I seen a thumbnail saying that Roxy's alone again. I had no idea what was going on. So she called me. She's crying, freaking out. Roxy, I'm so sorry. I can't do this anymore. Keem said if I don't show up today, I'm fired. Even though Mike told me I can take the day off. So she's losing her mind. I go up on live on Milkers. And I'm doing the show. She comes up, and it really hit me that she's done after her and Tina get into it. So I start freaking out. I panic. And I just ended the live. Keem wasn't happy with me. And I just want to say I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I let everybody down. But I don't want to have to go through this whole spiel of finding another host. You know, my husband took care of us for 30 years. I never paid a bill in my life. And now that he needs me, it's like I have to be there. I have to support us. And I can't do this every other month, having a check, not having a check, worrying if I'm going to be able to have shows or content. And Boogie said it today. You know, Roxy came in here full of energy, full of everything. She just don't have it anymore. Maybe I don't. Maybe I wasn't built for the LCU. Maybe I wasn't built to just show the mean, haggard old Roxy, because that's not just what I have. It's not just what I have to offer. I have a loving, kind, caring side that I want to give to people. I'm so loyal sometimes to a fault. And that's what I want to give right now. When Savage was gone, I told Keem and Mike I wanted to rebrand. I wanted to do something different, something that LCU hasn't seen yet. And when Becky came along, she was willing to sit her ass behind the computer. She was willing to run OBS for me to do the things that I wanted to do. Only for Keem to rip it away again. And immensely, Keem, you don't understand. People have mental issues, and you were blessed beyond belief not to have these problems. I don't know if it's the money. I don't know if it's you refuse to let things bother you. But you're one of the very few that don't have them problems. And right now, mentally, I am exhausted. My husband even said today again, you know, you're not you anymore. Like, all you do is eat, sleep, and breathe these shows. You don't have time for the kids. You don't have time for me. Everything is put on the back burner for this show, and it's wearing you down. You're not who you used to be, and I want you back. Like, he took my phone, and I'm sorry, Keem and Mike, that I can't give you what you want. I can't give you the one side of me when I just have too much love and kindness that I want to share also. And I know that's not what the LCU is for. And to the supporters, I'm so sorry if I let you down. I'm exhausted. I need a break. And I know I'm fired already because I didn't show up for Live or Queens. But again, I didn't have my phone. You know, and when Becky just came on the show today and she quit, I knew it was over. I'm not going through this again. I can't. I'm so sorry to let everybody down. I'm so sorry that I did, you know, I failed you. And Akeem and Mike, thank you so, so much for the opportunity you give me. I don't leave here with ill will and hate. Becky didn't force me to leave. Becky didn't talk me into leaving. I'm the one that left. I'm the one that said I can't do this right now. And I know I can't have a break. I know that's not how it works. Somebody can just take a week or two break. I know that's not how it works here. And I don't expect that. So Akeem, again, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for the learning experience alone. You gave me part of my dream. The one part was taking care of people. My other dream was to entertain, and you gave me that. And for that, I will forever, forever be grateful to both of you. Boogie said it today, like I said, that I don't have it in me anymore. Maybe I don't. So I'm sorry I let you down. I'm sorry that I'm fired. I'm sorry for everything. And I just hope going forward that the LCU succeeds. Thank you so much for the opportunity and for the supporters. Thank you for the kind, caring prayers for my family when I needed it. I love you guys, and I hope it's not the end. But right now, I just had to take a break. Thank you.
Here you have Roxy, quote unquote, making her video apologizing to her fans, and all I thought was, like, are you joking? Like, there are things about the LCU that are quite mortifying or terrifying, but maybe because I'm so desensitized because of the grander whole of the internet, and so I have a very much different outlook towards this stuff. But let's not forget, like, what is Roxy even gonna do, right? What is she even, if she did quit? What is she gonna do? She's not really monetized. She's not really, like, well known. It's not like she's gonna last that long. Her only option is to collaborate with people that would probably get her completely exiled. But after all of that, you know, run around of making anti-LC or whatever you want to call it, right? What's gonna happen after that? She's just gonna go back to being irrelevant, right? You know, obviously, there's this whole debate whether or not when people leave the LCU, are they relevant? Are they not relevant? I think it's depending. It kind of depends, and we've seen different mixed results of that level of it, right? And maybe some people don't want to admit that to themselves because that will, you know, if they do, they will be taking an L. That's not me, really. I guess that's not something I can really say much. All I could say is if she really did leave the LCU, then it's kind of crazy. Because honestly, this is probably the only way she's going to make any reasonable amount of money. Because Roxy by herself, I don't see her really getting that many viewerships. Maybe she will, but that's only going to be for a split second of a time or a split second of a couple days in the grander whole of the internet. But we'll have to, you know, we'll have to wait and see.
Go ahead, Kim.
I just want to be clear. I don't really talk to Becky one-on-one anymore because of shit like this. So today, when I was at the dealership, I had Boogie and Rastoff in the call with me. And so they're my witnesses to what took place. Becky has said to Roxy that we laughed at her because her uncle died. All right? Then Roxy decided to go on Milkers and say, we laughed at fucking Becky because her uncle died. That's literally not true at all. Is that true?
No,
It
not at, we didn't fucking laugh at that. That's horrible.
Yeah, her uncle barely came up in the conversation that I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I found out it was her uncle when Roxy said it on Milkers today.
We did laugh when your phone got Bluetooth to the
It scared
car
the
mechanic.
shit out of the mechanic.
Was funny.
Yeah, we laughed. We laughed because while I'm at the dealership getting the oil change and the inspection done on the Corvette, It connected to the Bluetooth while Becky was spazzing out and screaming on the phone. So the mechanic heard all of that, right? And that was hilarious. We were not laughing at her uncle dying. That is probably the most grotesque fucking retardation I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And the reason why I really bully Queens fans and Milkers fans is because there's a lot of retarded women in the LCU. They're just dumb retards that believe whatever the fuck comes out of the mouth of known liar Becky and known liar Roxy. We have proved over and over and over and over again that these women fucking lie. We've proved it a million times. There's been whole dockets and exposes on them. All right. And then I have to deal with these fucking fans typing online, that's fucked up that Keemstar laughed at her dad. You know what's fucked up is that you're fucking that dumb. That's what's fucked up. That you're that fucking retarded. All right. I'm going to constantly bully on the fucking Becky fans, Queens fans, and Roxy fans forever because you are the dumbest audience in this entire LCU. Whatever that fucking dumb bitch says, you believe because you're a fucking idiot. Now I'm going back to my vacation. Have fun.
God damn it. I was going to ask him to fucking clarify the whole, like, you know, that we didn't fucking make fun of Roxy's husband. Because we didn't. You can watch that stream. We fucking didn't. That's what pisses me off about today. Is she was like, they did the same thing to me. I quit. I'm not going to be treated this way. You're literally backing up the person that did it to you. I just fucking, I can't. I'm on cafe. We sell coffee. He likes to make jabs at people now because I can't. Beautiful. You alright, Boogie? Is he fucking, am I frozen? Did the stream go down? The fuck's going on? Are you doing this on purpose? Hello? Oh, God. Oh, fuck me. Wait, are you back?
My fucking internet's legitimately down.
What?
Look, the internet's legitimately fucking down. I don't know how or why. I'll try to fix it. Fucking Friday. This bitch is cursed.
Obviously, here we have Kim his reaction to everything that just happened, and it is quite crazy. Apparently, throughout this whole conversation, or throughout, you know, Becky and him, apparently Becky brought up the Erica situation. I think I'm saying his name wrong. Which, if you don't know about Eric, you know who I'm talking about. He endgame in Minecraft years ago off of I believe the Brooklyn Bridge, and you know, people were blaming Keemstar on that for quite a bit of time, and Keemstar was just like, you know, he took it very personal because, you know, obviously he wasn't the reason, and even his own, you know, even the mom of the guy even just straight up came out and said, like, yeah, it wasn't Keemstar's fault at all. And this wouldn't be the first time this has been brought up and used against Keemstar. You know, obviously you get banned for bringing that up. But I remember a few times when he'll have a stream going on, if anyone brought it up, his mood would completely tank.
And then all of a sudden, I talked to her after that. I went to go look at the place we were looking at. All of a sudden, I come back and I can't get a hold of Roxy.
I just don't understand. So she does her stream this morning, asks you to come out for that, has you like take your time for that.
Yep. Hey, Key, what's up?
I'm just gonna say, Becky's a little fucking pussy. Like, she can dish it out. She can sit here and talk all kinds of shit about me. When I talk back, I'm gonna quit.
Yep.
Is there
for no reason.
No, come on, Buster.
No, she's a little pussy. She's a little pussy. Her fans are little fucking pussies. You guys all fucking suck. You guys cannot take the fucking smoke. Y'all want to swing arrows when I swing back and say, hey, I don't want to see Becky dancing because honestly, it's not appealing or entertaining at all. Oh no, I need to take the day off. I need to do this. I need to do that. I just got on the phone with fucking Roxy 2 hours ago with Mike. Me, Mike, and Roxy said, Roxy, by the way, Becky's lying to you. I didn't lie, or I didn't fucking laugh at her uncle being dead. That's a complete lie, right? Roxy's like, oh, I know, I get that. Da da da. I go, Roxy, wake up. Who made fun of your husband when he was in the hospital? Oh, that's right, that was Becky. Who was nice about the whole situation? Me, right? Like, obviously, I did not do this, Roxy. I go, Roxy, call into live and then host on Queens. Me and Mike both said this to Roxy. She agreed. She didn't show up. So guess what? Roxy's brain completely dominated by Becky now. Becky's got Roxy by the fucking balls, right? Yep. Roxy's up here thinking, oh my God, Becky's right. Keem is horrible. He's laughing at her dead uncle. You know who doesn't give a fuck about Becky's dead uncle? Becky! Because if she cared about her uncle, she wouldn't have used him as a fucking pawn, making up some fucking lie that I laughed about her uncle being dead.
Facts. Well, you're not gonna like it when you go listen to my voicemail. I didn't say it live. I'm not gonna do it live, but go listen to what she told me this morning. I knew nothing about it until I talked to Xylee, and Xylee said I owed you what she said, so I did.
Dude, this fucking retard is texting me, Becky, saying, hey, I want to end on good terms. I go, yeah, go put out a tweet saying that I did not laugh about your dead uncle. And she put out a tweet saying, hey guys, it's not a skit. I don't know what the future holds. The future holds, ladies and gentlemen of Queens, Becky is going to be on her own channel and she's going to get views at the start, and then it's going to go down and down and down and down because she doesn't have the guidance from me and Mike. That's where Becky's going to be. Roxy's probably going to be there too. They're going to decide to go out in public and do stupid stuff, and they're going to think it's all great. Then it's going to fucking fail. Then they're going to be trying to come back in the LCU, and I'm going to tell them, go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. That's what's going to happen. That's the whole next fucking month on YouTube with fucking Becky and Roxy. Just like any other motherfucker that leaves and doesn't have my guidance, doesn't have, the years of experience that me and Mike have put into this entertainment business, guiding someone on how to succeed, you're not going to do it on your fucking own.
That's fact.
And by the way, let me ask you, Queens fans, Milkers fans, how did you like that fake fucking Becky over the last fucking month, right? Oh, she's being nice and fucking stuff a horse. I fucking love you. I love you guys so much. Anyone like that fucking fake customer service bullshit she's been doing? That's the same fucking thing. Fuck the TTS. Turn that shit off. Dude, that's the same fucking thing that me and Mike have been bitching at from the very beginning with her. Stop being fake. Be yourself. Be yourself. She can't do it. She wants to be seen in a fucking good light. That's why she's so obsessed with manipulating the fans, lying to the audience, and lying to everyone else that somehow she's always the victim and she's the good person and everyone else is fucking bad. She's so obsessed with that. But the only success you've ever had is by being your own evil, selfish cunt self. That's it. Just by being you, you had success. Retard. Anyhow.
Oh, your vacation. Roxy thinks Roxy thinks going with Becky's gonna make her famous. Nobody even knows who Becky is. Sorry.
Fuck Roxy. It's war on Roxy. Fuck Roxy. Yep. I took time out of my fucking day to talk to her, be like, hey Roxy, listen, Becky's manipulating you. We obviously did not laugh at her dead uncle. That would be retarded. That would be sadistic. What? We didn't do that. Why would we, Tina? Why?
And here we have Zayzudid coming in to help Tina with her show, because apparently Roxy was supposed to come in and help, but that didn't end up happening. And obviously here we have Keemstar kind of clearly venting out all his issues with everything that's been going on. But it's been a hot mess. Later on, they have a bunch of people, which was very quite annoying. But again, this is more or less an extension of what we saw earlier.
You're nasty.
Okay, wait a minute, because Glammy Lammy is here. Let's talk to Glammy.
One's 2 cents says, save Zoe, save her before one of Becky's roach squads finds her, send her back to the cages. Last one to be caught is still in the corner. Becky has the fly gang, not roaches. That's Tina's thing.
1 2 cents. Just to let you know, we're both kind of drunk. Could you condense it down to 1 sentence? Thank you.
I got you, ones two. I got you.
Bitch, where have you been?
Okay, Glammy. Xylee, let me handle this. Glammy?
Okay.
What the fuck does I ran away from home mean?
I ran away from the LCU because I was just really, there was so much hate coming from so many different angles, and I really truly didn't think anybody would care. I really did.
What? Bitch, we set up a search party for you.
I didn't know. I didn't touch my computer, and I erased Discord off my phone because I just had to unplug.
Glammy.
And Mr. Glammy had to help me out a lot because
You're a pussy. You're a pussy.
Do you realize?
You're a pussy.
Do you realize
your
that?
veg smells too.
Do you realize that we thought there was a pile of your remains under Eric's bed, covered in pubes and Legos?
Yeah. I had to build a shovel.
Glammy, I
yeah.
was seriously worried about you. I was
I'm
worried.
sorry.
And you know
I'm
what,
sorry.
Glammy? I was
I know
ready
you
to
weren't,
fight.
Tina.
I honestly wasn't worried
I was.
because I'd been talking to you pretty regularly up until you left, and I kind of saw how worked up over everything you were, and I could kind of see the pieces of the puzzle. When you disappeared, I could see all the different sources of anguish dumping on you. And I wanted to make it clear to everybody that there was a lot of pieces of the puzzle, I thought, that sent you away. If it was the LCU that you were running from. Because running away from home was kind of vague.
Well, this is my home.
And Glammy came back. In the midst of all the chaos and cars, what's happening, Glammy came back, which is very cool. Very nice. Very wholesome. Now, not really much happened in the other 2 shows particularly. Has to go on, and then obviously, I don't think CD Rom was in Tech Talk, right? But that's not the point. Okay, so let's get into it. So what's my whole thought about all of this? Is it scripted? Is it not scripted? I think that to some extent, some of it is scripted. I think that if it's not scripted, then I feel like it's just some weird attempt to gain sympathy. Because mind you, this isn't the first time where Becky threatened to quit because he saw a number of success, and I think people have stated that she's been waiting for a while to exit when she can because the sinking ship. But let's be fair, most of it was kind of on her end, right? On the other hand, about the Roxy, I think Roxy's just doing it because maybe she sees an opportunity to leave. Are they going to be successful? Truthfully, I don't know. Personally, I don't believe that. I think a lot of people put too much maybe interest and takes this way too serious. That's also on my end as well. At the same time, again, are they going to be successful? Not really. I don't really think so. And the reason I'm saying that is like Roxy by herself would just become another panel show. That's all it would be. And Becky, we don't even know because Becky has said a number of times she'd rather, if she wanted to make quick money, she'll just prostitute herself. She straight up said it a few times. And I think the fact that people are like kind of siding with it, like in the end, I'm very clear about this. You shouldn't really take what these people say at all and take it with a grain of salt because they're known for lying and manipulating. I mean, like, is Roxy telling the truth because Roxy is meant to make a video and giving her side of the story? I think that, you know, in the end, Roxy, who's a notorious liar and who goes back and forth with everything, you know, how's he any better? Now, obviously, Keem today made a whole stream. We'll cover that on Sunday about, you know, there is a way back. But I think people just don't want Becky and Roxy back. They'll have their people that are going to follow them, but those numbers have been dwindling. And with Milker was only good mostly because of Savage. When, you know, with Roxy and Becky there, people just don't watch it. And Queens has been on a downward spiral, and I think that could have been done purposely by Becky as a way to kill that show and move on to Milker, but I guess that just backfired. And truthfully, you know, as a reminder, Becky straight up, you know, the reminder what kind of person Becky is. She even said that, you know, if she could, right, she's basically a whore who wants money. And I think people are going to feed into her, but that's eventually going to run dry, as we've seen with other people who leave the LCU. And just a glance at those who, you know, on the LCU side, right? Those who left, just looking at their numbers, either they went down and they steadily started to increase, but that was over a long period of time. Or, you know, their numbers were just, didn't really go up and down. Till next time. Have a good one. Be safe and God bless.